right, we're back. Sorry, I have no idea what happened, but we're back, and thank you so much. I hope, Srishti, you were. Oops, what just happened? This is our lovely home, but I don't know why the camera turned. All right. Let's see if Srishti is. Yes, she is. All right, Srishti. Thank you so much for being there. And I am going to add you now. This works. Srishti is all. No, I don't color my hair, Mr. Narang. दिख नहीं रहा सफेद बाल.
Hi, am I audible?
Hey, sorry, Srishti. Yes, you are. Am I?
Yeah, you are.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So you are 18. Are you 18 or you are about to be 18?
Yes, I'm 18. I'm 18.
All right,
I joined
great.
school late, but I'm just out of high school right now.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So you're an adult. Congratulations on that. And not that there's anything to be happy about.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what are your plans? What do you want to do after school?
I want to pursue economics after school, but right now I'm going to take a gap year, I think, because it's too early to decide what I want to do. In the meanwhile, I thought of, traveling. I applied to some of the programs. I was going to the Arctic. I was also, working on my initiative for menstrual hygiene. And I was going to New York also for that. But then all of it got cancelled. I'm not showing it off. I'm not bragging, but whatever, yeah. I really don't have anything else to do. I'm just innovating through it. Sorry for cutting you. It's just a nervous spike.
I love it. I love that at 18, one, you have the opportunities and the privilege to do all of that. Two, you're thinking about these things. It's a blessing. And it's just wonderful that at such a young age, you know what are the things that you would at least want to pursue. That's great. Yes. And I do remember your very thoughtful responses to the questions that I posed this week, which piqued my interest. It's like, wow, and when you told me that you're 18, I was like, ooh, you sound like a 30-year-old, and I don't mean it in a bad way. But that's a lot of wisdom coming in from someone who's 18. Sahi, do you have a question for me?
Yeah, I do have a question for you. Okay, so you rightly mentioned, that I sound like a 30-year-old, and I get that a lot. In my school also, I get that a lot, and everywhere I go, I genuinely get that a lot. But having said that, there's a constant feeling of being not good enough and being insufficient. Whenever I start my resume saying that I want to change the world, and I'm kind of deducing my way through it, but then there's a lot of insecurity that comes with it. You said that the person who's comfortable with themselves, they've achieved it. So how to be that? I know what to be, but I don't know how to be that. So how do you tell yourself that, listen, you're good enough and you can do it, and you need not be intimidated by all the people who've achieved it? Am I making sense here? I'm not sure, Didi.
Yeah, you absolutely are. No, you are. It's a valid question. Go on.
So, yeah. So even when I get all of it, that you're smart and everything, I don't really feel like that myself. And there's no point in doing all of it if I don't feel myself that I'm good enough, or that I'm at the peak of where I should be or I want to be. So there's a lot of insecurity, and there's a lot of fear when you're starting out. And I always feel that I'm running out of time. There's some thing hanging over my head. So, you constantly say that you're too young, you have a lot of time. I don't feel like that. And so basically just help me with it, because I don't think I have a lot of time. I don't think I'm good enough. How do we counter that?
One, okay. So facts aside and then emotions aside. The fact is you are young and you have a lot of time. There is no debate on that. There is no argument on it. You may feel that you don't have time, but the fact is you do. So let's get to the emotion side of it. And whatever it is that you feel, the first thing you have to realize, Srishti, is you can't stop feeling what you're feeling. No one of us can. There's nothing that prevents emotions or feelings to come. All that we can do our entire life is not to prevent those feelings or those emotions to happen, but to understand why they happen. Is not to ask them to stop and say, I don't want you close to me. I don't want to do anything. It's to realize why you would want to feel that way. Why do you even feel it in the first place? And here's the reason why, and bear with me because this is important. All of human evolution is centered over just one thing, to protect us from harm. That's the only purpose our emotions serve. Because back when we were cave men and women, the only thing that got us alive was the fact that our body, our senses, our emotions were triggering whenever there was danger. So if there was an animal approaching us, we were like, feel scared, start sweating, heart should start beating. You should want to protect yourself. You should want to attack. You should want to do everything that gets you alive because that's the only way you move forward. Now, all of those millions of years of evolution got us to a point where emotions are doing exactly that. When we feel whatever we feel, whether it's anger, whether it's jealousy, security, whether it's fear, when it's anxiety, all of those are stemming in from something that our body is telling us, our mind is telling us it needs to protect us from. The question then is not stop doing that. The question is, what is it trying to protect me from? And that is a journey that you will have to undertake yourself. Please do not put the pressure of finding that answer right now, because most likely you're going to be not getting that answer anytime soon. It's something that you will navigate through. It will be only at some point of time when you sit back, reflect, and realize, oh my God, this is why I feel what I feel. This is why I get angry when people say ABC. This is why I feel insecure when I see something happening like ABC, whatever the thing is. If you're smart, if you're capable, if you genuinely want to go down, it's possible you'll find it earlier than others, but don't put the pressure of time on this discovery, because that is what is the joy of life. It is arduous, it is hard, it's not guaranteed with a timestamp on it. But if you undertake this journey of discovering why do I feel what I feel, here's what's going to happen. The minute you know why you're feeling what you're feeling, the purpose of the emotion is not served anymore. It doesn't need to exist. It's almost like anger comes knocking on your door and you're like, hey, anger, I know why you're here. I exactly know why you're here. And anger's like, oh, good. That's why I was here, but you seem to have figured this out. I am going to go back. And
Thank
it will just
you.
go away. And that's how
Right.
it works.
Thank you so much. And another thing, an advice to your 18-year-old self. That's it.
My only advice, and I've answered this question several times in my own head, the only thing that I would tell my 18 or my 20-year-old is make your choices in life from a point of awareness and not ignorance. If you make a choice in life, it should be because you know all other choices and thus you're making this choice. It shouldn't be because this is the only know of and you don't know any better. That'll
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure talking to you. And you're
Likewise,
inspiring a
all the
lot of
best.
people out there. Thank
Thank
you.
you so much, Risti. That's lovely. All the best. And I hope to see you sometime very soon, flourishing and nourishing and
Definitely.
maybe in the Arctic.
Yeah, and maybe I'll present my startup to you soon. Hopefully.
Awesome.
Okay.
All the
Bye.
best.
Thanks.
Wow, that was a lot of wisdom from an 18-year-old. Commendable, commendable. Vaishnavi, this becomes a video for sure, right? But you know that already because you're smart. So my job's done. Tulsi, you know what? Let's go online. I would love to share the story of what just happened over the weekend. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1. We're going live. Yes, Vaishnavi. Of course you know it.
Hi, Ankur.
Hi, Tulsi. To be speaking to you.
Yes. Hi.
Where,
Uh,
yeah, it's funny. We interacted over emails, but I have no idea about you, and that is great. I'd love to know where are you from?
Hyderabad.
Awesome. And what do you do?
Yeah, I am a BCom graduate. Back then in 2014, I have passed and I have completed my CA IPCC, and I have done my articleship with a firm called GM Kapade and Co. from 2013 to 2016. And from 2016 to 2019, I have given 6 attempts for my CA final, but I did not do it somehow. Maybe my bad or my yes, of course. It is not difficult, I would say, even now, even after giving so many attempts. But maybe it is vast, or I did not give it what it is needed. But yeah, and in 2019 March, I joined with Deloitte as an associate, and right now I am working with Deloitte in Gachibowli here in Hyderabad
Nice.
as an associate. And I recently turned out from a contractor to a full-time in Deloitte.
Awesome. Good for you. I love that. You know,
Yeah,
I should tell everyone who's on this because they need to know. So here is a great classic. I don't ask. The answer is always no. So I know of Tulsi only because he is someone who always comments on my YouTube videos in the most thoughtful and deliberate fashion. He will summarize the video with key takeaways, and it's beautifully done always. Very elegant, very thoughtful, and I love it. So that's how I came to know, because the name was very recurring, and of course, Tulsi Krishnan, so you kind of stays. And then, I don't know whether it was this weekend or so, Tulsi writes into me on email. And he says, hey, you used to be really big on Quora, which is a Q&A platform for those who don't know. And the last time you were there was in May 2019. And you've just vanished from Quora completely. And I feel that you should be doing a lot more on Quora. So I can help you. And I was like, okay, that's brilliant. I love
yeah, I'm able to hear you, Ankur.
Okay, awesome. Right. So, and then Tulsi writes in and talks about Quora. And the next thing we know, right now, Tulsi is on a 1-month experiment working on my Quora account, trying to grow that. Like, he has access to my Quora account. I've shared the credentials, and I was like, you know what? I don't spend any more time on Quora because at least I feel that it's not working. But if you want to do that, I'll be more than happy if it works out. And that's the power of asking. That's the power of reaching out with something that is relevant, that you would want to do. And I am blown away by how many people write into me with such crappy, worthless, completely thought, assuming that I'm going to spend my time, or for that matter, anyone. And then comes along a Tulsi who writes an email that just catches my attention, asks for something that makes so much of sense. And he is now technically working with me, where every week we'll do a small catch up and we'll just see where it goes. Fantastic story, man. I loved it. I love it.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Ankur. And on a parallel note, I am a certified fitness consultant and a nutritional therapist.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm a skinny guy throughout my life, and even now I'm not having such a great muscle mass. And yeah, so back then in 2018, I believe, I started working out and following few people on YouTube and reading several books. And right now, I think I have half of my shelf filled with nutrition and fitness books. And I don't know where it goes, but yeah, I have done my certifications. I know that it is not the only thing. It is the result, it is the experience which which gives us an edge over others.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just trying several things, and we have a platform called Skimble, on which I'm a trainer, and I'm working closely with a few of my clients. Yeah, it is going good, but yeah, I from it after getting into the fitness and this nutrition thing, I felt like this is where I belong to. Like
Very nice, man.
it always like be in our mind like. We do a lot of things. Even after 40 years or 50 years, we are incomplete. Maybe we are earning a lot. Maybe we are earning a 7-digit figure, but we feel incomplete.
You know,
But
and
so, yeah,
I love what you're doing, and I'm sorry I'm cutting you off, but I wanted to
yeah, yeah,
intervene
sure,
here. Is you have a job that pays for the bills, that takes care of your financial security, that gives you whatever is it that you require from a world perspective, but you're following your passion and doing something that does not as yet make you money, but at least you're doing it because it gives you joy. And I cannot begin to tell you, Tulsi, that that is the right way to go about any career, because the number of people who try and seek happiness from their job, knowing very well they will never get it, or only put pressure of making money from their passion, knowing very well that it's not going to happen on day one. And both these are big mistakes. I talk about a lot saying dissociate or separate money making with your passion. Make your money through your job to whatever it is, just cover the base, but spend most of your time on your passion, because that is what is going to give you joy. And if you do it well without the pressure of earning money from it, you will eventually find a way of making money from it. It's as simple as that. And I am a living example of that. I am a living example, and that's why I speak with that much of confidence that this can happen. I love what I do today, and I found a way of unlocking capital or wealth or money from it. But it came along my entire entrepreneurial journey where I was side gigging all of those things. So I love the fact that you're doing it as well. It is brilliant, and I cannot but wish you the best.
sure, sure. Thank you so much. One
Awesome,
question.
man. Yes, please. Go ahead. Quick.
Yeah, towards the fitness industry, like for a beginner in the fitness, like how no we know that India is not such a paying country for health and fitness. So what are the other opportunities or things which which a fitness trainer can explore? Like, can you add on to what I'm doing
So
through your
look,
experiences?
it's a very broad question, but let me give you two or three
Yep.
directions that I come with. One is, you're right. In India, fitness is not a very cultural thing, so people don't care about it as much. Times are changing, people are adapting to it, and if you see the recent success of things like CureFit and so on, that gives some hope. So I'd say that it's a long-term investment. Don't think of it right now in 2020. Think of what it could be in 2025, and it will be definitely much bigger than what it is. But that's one way. Just be persistent. It will become bigger than what it is. But clearly the market outside of India is much bigger than in India already. And what has happened during the pandemic and because of the pandemic is people have realized that they don't need to be in a gym to get fit. They can actually be anywhere. And that's true for you as well. You don't need to be in front of the client to be telling them what they should be doing or what they should be eating. So expand your horizon and start thinking of how you can reach out to people that are not catered to. People who do not have access to the best trainers or the best nutritionists in the world and would love to have someone like you help them. And it could be very well because you come with a different way of fitness or nutrition. It could be because you are relatively better priced than them. It could be because you give a lot more in-person sessions that are very expensive for a US trainer or someone based out of Europe to do so. It could be anything, but you'll have to figure that out for yourself. But the world could be your playground as against just thinking of Gachibowli or Hyderabad or India and just limiting yourself there. And number three is, if you are deep into nutrition, if you are deep into fitness, if you can, think of something that sets you apart. Think of something that people want, but they don't get. Like, what's the biggest thing people want? People want to get fit, but still have the food that they like to have. What could be a way out of that? What could be possibly a way out of that? I don't know the answer because I'm not an expert, but maybe you do. So devote yourself towards not the normal fitness and nutrition, but something that can be a niche, but helps you capture the mind or the attention of the individuals for that particular niche. Because for that small audience, you'll be like God. You'll stand for literally everything. And maybe that works. For instance, I know of so many people who are like, I want to be vegan fit. And I don't want to eat meat. I don't want to eat fish. I don't want to eat eggs, but I still want to grow my muscle. And what can I do about that? That's a niche, and so on and so forth. So lots of things. Yeah?
Yeah, sure.
All the best, man. Thank you so much, Tulsi. We will catch up on our review, which happens next Tuesday. Take care.
Sure. Thank you so much, Ankur. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Awesome. Sorry, that took longer than I expected, and that is nothing to do with Tulsi, but just the fact that we went into a whole new conversation. All right. Let's get the next caller online. Asta Sachdeva, let's bring you live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go! Nipun and Athar were like jamming together today, it seems, on the chat. Good
Oh
for them.
my
Hi,
God.
Asta.
Hi. I never expected that you would accept my call.
Hi, it was by accident, but then I did it and I'm like, chalo, kar hi lete hain.
I'm sure it would have been bad.
No, I'm just kidding. Where are you from, Asta?
I'm from Delhi.
Okay, and what do you do?
I'm working with a agency. We provide public relations and social media services. So I'm basically into digital marketing.
Oh, fancy, very nice. And has
Yeah.
the lockdown or the pandemic helped the business or not so much?
It has drastically helped the business, but it has been very tough on the employees because we have so much work. There are no fixed working hours. There's no escape. We're working on the weekends. We're working on the weekdays. So that has been a challenge. But apart from that, we are pitching every other day to different clients, and yeah, it's
Wonderful.
been very different, a very different experience.
I can totally imagine. Have you been working for long or is this something recent?
So first I was working as a content writer. I was freelancing.
Okay.
And then I got into social media. So this has been, I guess, a year now. I was working with a different agency, so now I've switched to another agency. So with social media, it's been 1 year.
Okay, all right. Yeah, agency life is tough. Agency life is tough, Asta.
Very tough.
Yeah, and clients are brutal, and clients, anything to do with client and client servicing itself becomes
the circle of
obnoxious
feedback
hours.
and approval, feedback and approval.
Bilkul. I can totally get it. But awesome. Do you have a question for me, Asta?
I have many questions for you, but the first one that's really on top of my head right now is that how do you have so much clarity in your thoughts?
I'm 39. I have been living on this planet for 40 years. इतने टाइम तक तो किसी को भी clarity आ जाएगी.
But you know, when I listen to you, you put across stuff in such a simple and easy way, and you seem like that I know you, and you seem very approachable, and I don't know how you put everything out in such a easy and nice way. And sometimes when I sit down to think, it all just goes into my head, like it keeps on rotating. I'm not able to come out with a definite answer.
Do you mind sharing with everyone how old are you?
Is this a very twisted question?
No, not at all.
I'm 25.
Not at all.
I'm 25.
You're 25, all right? So you're incredibly young, despite what you may think, which I'm sure you think you are Oh my God, so old, and the world has
Yeah.
gone by, and you haven't done anything in life. Like Shrishti, who at 18 was like, "Ki mere se kuch nahi hua hai." So
Yeah, when I
I
heard, when I listened to her, I thought like, wow, she's 18 and I'm 25 and I don't know shit.
we're all in the same boat. We're all in the same boat. Here was make the and thank you. Firstly, I should acknowledge all the lovely things that you're saying. I nearly don't deserve most of what you're saying because the truth is, it's just normal progression of time that takes care of a lot of things. Damn, the network. Do you hear me?
Yeah, yeah. I can hear you, but your video is stuck. Yeah,
Okay.
now you're
Now,
moving. Yeah,
now,
yeah,
now.
yeah. Now it's fine.
Okay. Sorry. All right. So first thing is the normal progression of life will take care of a lot of the wisdom that you think has come by. But here's something that has really helped me, which if you were to begin to think of as a habit, will definitely help you as well, for that matter, anyone. And that is constantly be asking questions about things that are happening around you with the absolute pure curiosity of knowing, not to serve any purpose, not to serve any purpose, but just for the joy of knowing. Why do people behave the way they do? Why is this happening the way it is? Like it's funny. I just recorded a video last week, and it was shared by Nishtha, who manages the content for the team. It was a beautiful thought, which is if we're sitting in an interview, more often than not, we're told we want you to be curious, we want you to be risk loving, we want you to be social, we want you to get along with people, we want you to
Yeah,
try new things. And you're like, aisa kaun hota hai? Like, who has all of those things? Like, who is this Superman or Superwoman? But the truth is, all of us were like that when we were kids.
true.
We were exactly that when we were kids. We were super curious. We were risk loving. We used to just pick up random things in the joy of figuring out what it is. And somewhere along the line, school fucked it up for us. College fucked it up for us. Our parents fucked it up for us. Our friends fucked it up for us. And then we've become all the disaster that we are. But if we were to go back to that childlike curiosity, कि ये क्यों है, दुनिया क्यों गोल है, चंदा क्यों ये है, or whatever the case may be, that will then be the first step towards you figuring out all the clarity that you see. Because it's just about thinking hard and hard on those things. The truth is, most people don't care. They don't. They're like, नहीं चल
Yeah,
रहा तो चल रहा है, right? ऐसे ही है. Right? This is how it happens. The other feel is, don't ever, and this is something that I've learned the hard way, don't ever feel bad that you don't have the same clarity that someone else does. Because if someone else has more clarity than you can learn a lot through them. So it isn't about you feeling bad that you're not them. You should be happy that you know someone who can explain things to you in a way that you didn't think of. So be very grateful. Like, I'm so grateful for so many people who make things clearer for me, which is why I then make things clearer for someone else. And you at 25 will seem like with so much clarity to maybe someone who's 15. Maybe your nephew or your niece, wow, Didi is like brilliant. Like Astha Di knows everything. She's just so clear about क्या करना चाहिए, क्या नहीं करना चाहिए. Look at her speaking to the client in such a confident manner and so on. तो उनको लगेगा तुम तो खुद आओ. And तुम्हें लगता है कि मैं कुछ हूँ और मुझे लगता है कि और कोई कुछ है. This is how the circle behaves. So it's just nice.
yeah.
Curiosity. That's the only thing.
We get so involved in the rut of life that we lose the childlike curiosity that we
Absolutely.
had.
Exactly. Exactly. Like if we were all kids again, imagine
Um,
how wonderful it will be.
Totally.
Yeah. Awesome. Great. I will leave you
Lovely talking
to
to you.
your life and your work. Likewise. Thank you so much, Asta. All the best.
I still cannot
And I
believe that I'm on a live session with you.
हो गया. हो गया. We can take a screenshot, huh, for
Yeah,
memory's
I
sake.
was about to
Let's
say
do that.
that. You read my
All
mind.
right. Great. Wonderful. Let's do that.
One second.
Awesome. Oh, you're
Thank
not looking
you.
good. All right. Thank you so much, Asta. All the best. Good
Thank
night.
you. Bye bye. Thanks.
Uh, this will be a video, of course. Vaishnavi is now, no, I, I know what you're going to say. I am like cool. Okay, let's get who? Okay, Neha Verma. Yes, you were signed up, but you didn't. So Neha, you're going next in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now.
Hi, Ankur. How are you?
Neha, can you hear me?
Hello? Yes, I can hear you.
Awesome. Wonderful. Where are you from,
Hello.
Neha?
That's a very difficult question to ask because my father was in a transferable job. So I have been in Dhar, Bhopal, Sri Ganganagar, Rohtak, Jaipur, Agra, Ranchi, Lucknow, Delhi, Gurgaon, Bangalore, everywhere.
Where are you right now?
I am in Agra with my parents. They are staying here
Wonderful.
since, yes, yes, yes.
And
Uh,
and 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 which was
I
this is always my favorite question to all those who've stayed in a lot of cities. Which city was your
yes,
favorite?
I'll say Jaipur.
Very nice. Good choice, actually.
Yes.
Good choice.
Yes, it's a very peaceful city. 7 years of my schooling was there, and I made very good friends who are there with me till date. So Jaipur, I would say it was like a personality development for also a kind of thing for me when I was in school. I was very shy,
Very,
but my friends
very
made me quite interesting. So it is
very
great to,
cool.
first of all, connect with you. I have been trying to connect with you since a very, very long time. The first time you went live, I was like, oh my God, I was jumping all around the place. And I just I was in my room and then I was like, okay, I'll go live, I'll go live, I'll go live. And then I was like, okay, multiple times I tried. And I believe this is the thought going on, in many people's mind right now. So you really need to figure out a way to cater to everybody's,
I like have a
curiosity. If
have a heavy multi-screen. Like I'm speaking to Mark Zuckerberg tonight and making sure Instagram is working. But what do you do, Neha?
I am HR and I have total 4 years of experience. So I am
Nice.
heading a region right now. I work with an internet service provider. It's in the industry for past 20 years. And I have a team and I like, if you will ask what do you want to be? So my goal is to become a CHR of a leading organization.
Nice. I love that. I totally love that. I have so much respect for HR as a function because it's just so critical. And do you work from Agra itself, or are you
Yes, yes,
in
working from home since past 3.5 months. The organization is very, very supportive. Even we launched the policy so that we can maximize the work from home for everyone. We want to keep everyone safe. There are so many trainings going on COVID, and so many internal communication that we are doing. So it's pretty great. I joined this organization 3.5 months back.
Oh, wonderful. Like right before
Yeah,
COVID, and then of course
right,
after.
right. Yeah, yeah, mid-February.
Wow, very cool.
So
Okay, do you have a question for me?
I wanted to tell you that you were one of the inspiration for me to look out for an opportunity. And then I got to know that you're stepping down from nearby. And I was like, oh my God, now where I will work. So I really
Oh, you were
wish that
you
in
wanted to
future,
you wanted to join nearby,
yeah,
and then I stepped down and
yes,
like, oh
yes,
shit, gayi bahas pani mein.
yes.
Wow, that's a story.
Yes. So I am following you since quite a long time, and like Asta, if I'm right, the
Yeah,
previous
Asta. Yeah. Yeah.
Asta. So Asta was saying that the thoughts match. So it's exactly the same. Whatever you say and the way you put it, it's quite relatable, and it will help people also to gain perspective. So once you were in
I am
Delhi for
happy.
once you were there in Delhi for chai time with Ankur Warikor, and I thought that I'll go and attend it, but because we were not working from home, we were working from office. Chutti lena and all was not a possibility at that point in time. So
Possibility.
I
Well,
yeah.
I
So
am.
the
I'm
10
sure
10
we'll get an
p.m. sessions are
opportunity to
great
meet for sure. They
for
are. I
sure.
enjoy them for so much, but we will definitely. The next year in Delhi, let me know in advance, and I will make sure that we find some time to meet, whether at office or someplace. And if I am in Agra
Sure.
ever, I don't know too many people in Agra. I will look you up.
Definitely, definitely, definitely.
Wonderful.
Anything that you would want me to, work upon. See, every person has a development, thing and all. So nothing you want to say, nothing.
Nothing. Of course not. I know nothing about you to be commenting on your thing.
Yeah.
Neha, I think you should be a lot more focused on your Excel skills because they are very weak. Like, क्या random थोड़ी कुछ बोलूँगा. So, no, nothing. You seem happy at where you are. You are full of energy, which I love. You have a smiling face, which is beautiful. And if that is what you can bring to work every day, I think
Yeah.
half of the work is done. Yeah, that's all that's needed.
I would say full.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
On that note,
And
thank you so much.
can I take a screenshot? I don't know from
Of
this mobile
course.
how to take, so I'll try another innovative way, probably.
Oh,
Great, it is taken.
okay. All the best. Thanks, Neha.
Thank you. I'll
Oops. I cut her midway. What is the time? Are we beyond 11? I think we're beyond 11. Sorry, I can't. My watch has stopped. So anyway, I think we're beyond 11. Are we? Seems like we're beyond 11. Okay, we're beyond 11. All right. This is the end of Friday Night Live with Variku. Two announcements. One, the newsletter is going live next Friday, so please sign up as soon as you see the story. You have to swipe up to do that. And two, if you are interested in becoming a founder or start your own startup at some point of time, then the Future Founders Conference is the right thing for you. ankurpariku.com/conferences. I will see you all next Friday, 10 p.m. India time. Till then, have a wonderful week and a weekend.